You are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Hey, welcome to I Am Refocused Radio. We are here once again, and today, man, we have a special treat. We're going to talk to the one and only actor and comedian, Am Rapaport. He has an amazing podcast, I Am Rapaport, and he is known for doing great things. I mean, not just TV shows, movies. Man, first and foremost, sir, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. I'm ready for the week. How you doing?
I'm doing good too. I'm ready too, man. You have an awesome show, man. I Am Rapaport. You're known for interviewing some of the great names in the world. Tell us a little bit about your podcast, man.
The I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast, the world's most disruptive podcast. It's fun. It's disruptive. I talk about everything. I talk about sports. I talk about my life. I talk about the highs and lows. I talk about politics, and I've been doing the podcast for 7 years, and we're happy to be on iHeart. And I'm, just excited about, talking to people, talking my crap, and, bringing the world's most disruptive podcast to more listeners.
I mean, over 45 plus million downloads and over 925 episodes later. You just, man, you make it look easy, but you have, I've seen interviews with you and Sway. You just have that vibe. You have that just great response. And just when you're making these shows, what's your game plan when you do these shows? Do you put much thought into it or you just let it fly?
I put a lot of thought into it. I mean, podcasts are like, buttholes at this point. Everybody has one. So you got to try to, separate yourself from the pack. You don't want, people have so many different things that they could listen to, so many different things that they could watch. You could spend 2 hours on social media alone. So, as far as my podcast, I consider myself a professional podcaster, and I like to put on, a good show, whether I'm doing it solo or I'm interviewing somebody. I like to leave blood on the microphone, when I'm done, not literally, but I just, like to put a lot into it. And I pride myself, like I said, as a professional, and, try to entertain the people with the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast.
And man, since you brought that up, I can't let that slide. So for those who are aspiring to be a professional podcast host, since I have you this morning, could you drop some knowledge, some wisdom for, people out there who aspire to do that?
I think anything in the entertainment business, you can't dip your toe into it, as you know. You have to jump all the way into the pool, the lake, the ocean, the river. There's too much competition. Show business is competitive. There's too many people that really, really, really love it. And, whether it's podcasting, acting, comedy, or anything, you have to immerse yourself, and it has to be something you have to do. You can't do it, I'm going to try to do this, I'm going to try to do that. It has to be something that you're compelled to do.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate you sharing that with us, man. And when you talk about the topics, you do everything. Like you just said moments ago, you talk sports, you talk music, you talk film. You also, man, you're a hip hop guy, man. So
for sure,
if I could ask you, what's some of the artists that you really love listening to, man?
I always go back to the basics. For me, there's a lot of talented new people, but for me, I just came from a nice little workout, and I always have my, my 80s, 90s, platinum golden era going from, Eric B. and Rakim to Run DMC to Tribe Called Quest to Sean Price to, Gangstar to Jay-Z, Nas, Ghostface, Wu-Tang. Those are my guys, and that's what resonates with me the most. And when I need to pick me up, when I need to work out, when I need to feel good, when I need to clear my head, I always go back to the basics with hip hop and just the good old smackers. I don't like, my hip hop trying to reinvent the wheel. I don't like my hip hop offbeat. I like my hip hop smashing. I like my hip hop on beat. And I like, I just like it, served rough, rugged, and raw.
Once again, true honor talking to Michael Rapaport and his amazing podcast, I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. It is released every Tuesday and Friday. Man, I just want to say, first of all, it's a true honor talking to you this morning. And I'll let you have the last words. What do you like to tell to our audience what they can look forward to your new episodes?
A lot of trash talking. Like I said, fun. ranting, and ranting isn't always about things that you don't like. Sometimes it's things about that you love. It's the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. We're on iHeart, and you get it, on all platforms, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you listen to your podcast.
Once again, talking to the one, the only Michael Rapaport. Make sure you go check out his podcast, I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. I want to say thank you again, sir, taking time, your super busy schedule, talking to us today.
I appreciate you having me, and everybody stay safe and enjoy the rest of the summer.
I Am Refocus Radio is brought to you by Foo 4 Star and Holy Crab. Foo 4 Star is a family-owned Asian restaurant in San Antonio, Texas. We have been a local favorite for Asian cuisine for over 10 years. With nothing but full smiles and fast service, you'll be leaving satisfied. Come on in for some authentic Vietnamese food. Holy Crab is one-of-a-kind Cajun Creole-style seafood restaurant located in Universal City, Texas. We offer traditional seafood items as well as chicken and steak. We also offer seafood boils. Come give us a try. You won't be disappointed. You can find these two eateries in Universal City, Texas at 2921 Pat Booker Road.